So you've got your offer accepted. Well done. That's the first big milestone. That's the hardest milestone in the process of purchasing property. So well done. In this video, I'll cover the next steps that happen after you've got your offer accepted, the steps with the mortgage, and the steps with the conveyancing solicitor. Stay tuned. Let's dive straight in. Your agreement in principle that you used, to help you in the search may now be invalid because they usually last 30 or 90 days. Even if your agreement in principle is still valid, I would recommend going and checking out the market again because the products and the different, services that the lenders offer change on a daily basis. So I would highly recommend you search for another, give it another search in the market because, if you end up getting, 3% instead of the 4% that you're initially looking at, say on a £150,000 repayment mortgage, that you'll be saving 24k. That's a big amount. So I would definitely recommend that you go out and, have another search of the market. I would also recommend instead of going directly to your bank, and I talk about this in a lot of my other videos, check out a link here when I talk, compare banks and going straight to the bank and brokers. I would recommend, using a broker. I talk about it a lot, but I recommend using a broker rather than going straight to your normal bank, because if you've got good credit, right, most likely a number of lenders will want to work with you. So keep that in mind. One other thing I would recommend doing is getting a personalized mortgage illustration from the lender you do end up choosing, because it can be helpful later on. The next step is the conveyancing solicitor. So if you don't know what a conveyancing solicitor is, it's essentially just a specialist property lawyer. They kind of deal with all the legal stuff, legal work, the land registry work, with the searches on your property. They're the guys that are going to look after your back, make sure you're not getting yourself into a bad deal here. The ones that are going to draft the contracts, help you exchange on the property, transfer the title deeds. They're actually going to they're going to process the funds as well from the exchange on in funds between you and the lender. The seller. This can all cost up to £1,500, £2,000 depending on where you're buying the property, what solicitor you're using. I would recommend you go and find a solicitor that is reliable, is a good communicator. They're not too busy. They're not flying out on holiday prior to getting this property, because what I find is a lot of people get their offer accepted, then they're just like scurrying around to get their mortgage and their broker. The solicitor sorted out, and they're just going with the first person they come. They sometimes it's just the one that the agent recommends, which usually isn't the best. Go out and check the market, go and check the web. Get a recommendation. So if you do deal with this beforehand, it does give you a little upper hand. So you're not just scurrying around and making bad decisions, because when you're under time pressure, this is where things can go wrong. One thing you do want to make sure is that the solicitor is on the panel of some of the major lenders, because if you end up choosing someone and then the lender's not happy with them because they're not on the panel, then that could set you back again. So that's another reason maybe you should hold out until you get the mortgage, but just to have one that's already on the panel can be helpful, moving forward. That's really about it, guys. There's nothing more to it. The broker, the lender, the solicitors are going to guide you through this process. You've made the decision. Now you've got this team that's going to help you out. The lenders are obviously going to go and check out the property, make sure there's nothing wrong with your history. Make sure they want to lend to you. They want to make sure that they're doing their evaluations. Then the solicitor is going to go out and do their searches on the property. Environment searches, local authority searches, drainage searches. I don't remember the value, but they're like 35, 40, 50 quid each. At this point, they'll probably ask if you want to get a survey done. I would highly recommend you get this done. It's an optional sometimes. Like I said, the mortgage lender will have their own valuation done. Sometimes it comes out lower. With this corona period, I'm finding a lot of lenders are undervaluing stuff. I'm not sure, but if you get a proper survey done, then they can help with that. Not only that, if there is any structural damage, if there is some issues with the property, it can help you. You don't want to be stuck with a property that has issues later down the line. I've done that on a cash purchase and it's bit me on the backside, you know, it's not really worth it. After all of this, you get the mortgage offer, and this is another milestone, right? Be happy with this, but the first thing you want to do once you've got the mortgage offer is get building insurance. You're probably wondering, I don't even own the property yet, but you do want to get it covered. Look, your solicitor will help you. I mean, we'll let you know to get this done. And once you've sorted out the building insurance, you know, that's pretty much it on your end. You know, you're gonna have to, the next steps are really to negotiate the completion date, you know, get the depot to your solicitor who will negotiate, will liaise with your lender, and then you can ask for a completion statement of whatever's left to pay, you know, the lender or the depot and the solicitors themselves. And that's it. They're going to sign over the deeds. That's about it, you know. And once the completion's done after all of this, the house is yours, you know. After this, you may have to pay the stamp duty unless you purchase within this period and you're getting away with it if it's a, you know, a residential purchase. But if not, if it's a buy-to-let or your second purchase, you'll pay stamp duty post completion, and I think you have to get to them quite quickly. And that is it, guys. You know, this is the end of the video series on how to purchase a property. It isn't, you know, hard, but I understand that you know, having the vision and knowing where you're going can help. I wish I did have this sort of video helping me out when I first bought the property, so I thought I'd put something out. It's pretty simple, you know, watch through it. If you have any questions, ask me in the comments below. I'm always chilling out there, hanging out there. It's a community, you know. I'll reply to anyone that has questions on the entire, you know, video series I've created. But I hope that's, you know, that was in depth enough. You know, if you want any recommendations for, you know, solicitors, brokers, get in touch with me as well. Look, I'm out here to help. But that's about it. I hope you enjoyed the series. Please give us a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.
Listen.